Welcome and thank you for joining us today.
We're derps'nburps, the podcast for all gamers, spiritual souls, and creative minds out there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our 40th episode of Derps and Burps. It is Steffi and
Hello there.
me, Julia.
And
yeah, it's
you need to let me say it,
Fuck,
Julia.
sorry.
You need to
Oh my
let me
God.
say end.
Imagine after fucking 40 episodes, I still don't know how to how to start it. So today's episode, in case you're wondering, it is the second to last spooky themed episode. So for our Halloween month, today we searched some Halloween scary horror themed questions that we're gonna ask each other and answer, which is gonna be pretty cool. There's some really good questions in there, like if you would have to eat a part of a human, like a heart, or would you choose the heart or the brain, like stuff like that. So I think we're gonna have interesting conversations, and I think Steffi's on a complete other spectrum as me when it comes to those kind of things, as per usual. So I think that's going to be a good one. Before we get into this, obviously, we're going to update you a little bit about what's going on in our life, what's new, what's happening, and then the listener of the week. So, Steffi, update us. What's going on in your life? What's new? Oh, and
All right.
one more thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for everybody that's watching on YouTube, because like all the people are pointing it out on my stream. Yes, I know I have herpes on my lip. I know it looks horrible. Thank you for diagnosing me. I appreciate it. Okay, there we go. Now you have it.
Don't
too.
kiss us.
Yeah, I spread the herpes for you guys. Let's go.
Anyways, what's new about my life? Work is a bit slower right now. Basically done end of October with the street food season, which is nice. I can hustle again on the internet, right? Be the true hoe I am.
Nice.
Overwatch 2 is out, right? Was kind of excited for that. I still am. I'm enjoying it because it just brought all the OGs back. Like every friend of mine I played back then is playing it again, and it's fun playing together, but it's also cancer, right?
It's
But
literally
we
the
had fun as
same
well.
fucking game. Yeah, of course, 100%. But I played it with Steffi on the release day, right? And I was like, oh wow, I knew, like, everything is new. They didn't even fucking reset the ranks. We couldn't even play together. The
Yeah, 'cause you're
MMR was
trash.
still there. Yeah, I'm trash. I want to play with my friends that are not trash so they can fucking carry me.
Plus, we couldn't play on our alternate accounts because they added the phone number thingy, right? Which they removed again now.
Huh?
Because so many people were complaining about it because there was a lot of people that
The wrong country, right?
didn't, wrong country, etc., etc. So there were lots of troubles with this. But yeah, guys, stop complaining about the game being the same. They literally said it in the beginning.
hate it.
It's like,
Why do you call it Overwatch 2 if it's the same fucking game?
it's Blizzard, first of all.
Yeah, okay,
Second, it's just a DLC. It's a rework. I think they have no balls, right? They couldn't manage to do anything right in Overwatch with the whole meta going on and stuff. So what they did is they just ran away, cut the service off, completely terminated it, and we're like, rebranding Overwatch 2, so much better. And that's basically what they did. It's a DLC. You just play 5v5 instead of 6v6.
It's a great rework. Don't get me wrong. It is a great rework. It feels good. It feels smooth. It's nice, but it is a fucking bait. They baited me, like me as a filthy casual that doesn't read like
you
patch
didn't
notes
read.
or anything. Yeah, exactly. I'm a filthy casual. I see, Overwatch 2, new game, must be great. Let me play with my friends. Ranks reset. I can start fresh. Joke's on you. Everything is literally the same. You got baited into playing the game, you fucking idiot. I mean, it worked. So
To be fair, and to be fair, they did a soft reset. Shatter 2K, for example, is one of the best Genji players in the world. Like he's top 500. He got ranked diamond. He was so shocked. He just said, I never got ranked. I was never in diamond before. What the fuck is this? So there's a soft reset with the ranks. We can play now again because I'm gold. Like I got ranked in gold. So that shouldn't be a problem.
But isn't the MMR still the problem?
No, it's
Like the hidden rank.
The rank.
But
And
I don't
my
have a
last-
rank yet.
You had a rank in Overwatch.
No, I don't. Yeah, but I don't have
Yes.
one yet. Because I played Phil, so I played like 3 games as DPS. I played 4 games
That
of
doesn't
Phil.
matter.
But I don't
It
have a
doesn't
rank
matter
yet.
because it counts what you were the last season you played.
Okay.
That's what counts, yeah. And I was Diamond the last season I played, so it takes the highest rank and then tries to like
And now you're gold pleb. How mad are you?
And now I'm not mad. I said like I'm probably gold. If everyone gets down ranked 2 ranks, I'm gold. Like I knew it
Okay.
before.
So what am I?
So
Is there
that's fine.
bronze in this game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna be bronze. Nice.
Yeah, don't worry, there's nothing under bronze, so you're bronze.
Oh, nice. There's no iron. Let's go.
There's no iron, no. So yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it. It's just good to see the friends and the friends being back in Overwatch. So that's nice. You just play with people you haven't played in a while. I'm excited for my Halloween party, right? It's 2 weeks to go. Actually, when you listen to this, 1 week to go. I'm super freaking fucking excited for it. Also turning 30, kind of having a crisis, but I still have 3 weeks speaking from the day we record this, so I can do a lot of stuff still, right? And
30 days before 30.
what
Let's go.
else?
Not 30, 13.
13, yeah. I'm turning 30. Holy shit. I would hate my life if I was 13 again.
Oh
I
yeah.
do not want to be 13 again. This is awful.
Imagine having to go through fucking puberty again.
Oh my god, no.
Having to date all those idiots again. Having no
Cry for them.
self-confidence. Oh hell no. I mean, I think it would be different if you could relive everything with the knowledge you
Yes.
have now.
Yes.
That would be fantastic.
Definitely.
I would be the baddest bitch on the block. 100%. But that's sadly not how it works, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. What else? I hate DPD with my full heart because they're
DPD?
just fucking
Oh,
unable
DPD.
to do
Oh,
their job.
DPD. Oh, the
The
delivery
delivery
thingy.
service. Yeah. We do not talk about it. I just hate them. They never, ever deliver their stuff to my place. My stuff to my place because they're a bunch of idiots. OnlyFans going wild. Excited. We're both making.
Dude, we're hustling.
We're fucking hustling there. And beside that, I bought some kunai because did we talk about that last episode where I said I was so mad that I bought my throwing knives, and yeah, now I'm just throwing knives at a target and it's amazing. It feels good, guys.
It's nice.
That's all.
Did you destroy
That's
anything
all.
on accident yet?
Nah, I cut myself a few times, but besides that,
Nice.
I'm fine. What about you?
Same thing. My OnlyFans is going really good. So I think last month I was making double of what I was making on Twitch with a bare minimum on OnlyFans. And this month I'm making triple of what I'm making on Twitch with my OnlyFans. And I'm not even really promoting it either. Like I'm posting maybe like once a month something. So I could, if I wanted to milk it like fully, I think I could make like a shit ton of money on it while not really like... You know, like my OnlyFans it's literally as spicy as most people's Instagram. So there's...
Yeah, but you know what? If I did the same, it's like for you, when you post these, the pictures are hot.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
seen them,
100%.
guys.
Yeah, of course. But
I've seen the pictures. There's nothing like... Julia's not naked or anything, but what she's wearing and what she's doing is very, very spicy and hot. You should check it out. But
Thank you.
And everyone's like, "Oh my god, Queen, that's so amazing," because they don't get more from you, right? I'm such a hoe on the internet already.
I fucking boundaries.
Yeah, and people expect me to just show more. It's like, "Oh my god, that's so hot. When do I see your ass? When are you fucking flushing pussy?" It's not that bad though, but you know what I mean? It's like you can do the sexy normal stuff, which you could put could put all your pictures on Instagram as well. And I'm like, okay, I'm showing ass here. Can I show this on Instagram? Like I would.
You could. I think you could.
Yeah.
I think you could as well. It would be like borderline, but I think it would be fine. For me, I think it's just a thing, like everybody just knows me like this. Everybody knows me wearing leggings and like a hoodie and burping and talking about period poops and diarrhea all the time. And then there's like, oh wow, Julia bought some leather leggings and you can see her from behind. You can see her fucking gym progress in those pants. And everybody loses their fucking mind. And I think from the start, I'm really clear with my boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, and to be honest, like the confidence I get from there, the respectful confidence, like don't get me wrong, like from I don't even know how many people I have right now, but there's like a shit ton of people that are just respectful, telling me, holy shit, it's so nice to see you with so much confidence, you're looking amazing, you're looking great, I love the style you dress. Then here and there, like literally I think I'm on this since March, and I maybe had 3 or 4 people writing me something where I was like, okay, that's inappropriate. One guy sent me a dick pic with a tip of 10 euros that
I've seen it.
Yeah, like I was in Discord with Steffi, and I was like, oh no, and I just see the blurred pic, and I'm like, oh no, Steffi, it's a dick, and Steffi's like, open it. And I don't.
How did you see?
So that is, so I got $10 to look at the dick ones, and I don't know, but I don't react to that kind of stuff because that is nothing I want to engage with. And I had like one guy write me like, wow, you ask for that much money to see you in leggings? I can go on Instagram and see people naked. And I'm like, yeah, well then do it. You know, you can see everybody, but you cannot see me. And
exactly.
that's the thing.
That
I think
is the point.
That's the thing. Like, I think you can do on a platform whatever you're comfortable with. I think it's really important to know what your boundaries are from the beginning, and especially since I stated them from the beginning really strict, like this is what you get, and they get exactly what I tell them. Everybody's happy and respectful with it. So yeah, that is also OnlyFans. So going really good, and I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm trying to the thing I think that helps me the most is, as I said, like I'm most of the time just wearing t-shirts, hoodies, and like leggings, right? That is like my work uniform, if you will. And for me, it enables me to try clothes that I would love to wear in my daily life. But I'm like, or not, or in general, like, for example, the leather leggings, right? Like, I love to see ladies with, like, nice Doc Marten boots, you know, like, thick boots, and then leather leggings, and then have a tight shirt and, like, a flannel over it, and, like, maybe, like, one of the nice hats and stuff. And I love seeing that, but I was always like, nah, I don't know if I can wear that. Like, obviously I can. And then, like, I wear the stuff on OnlyFans and everybody's losing their shit how much they love it. And then I get the confidence and I wear it out in public. And then I get tons of comments, positive comments in public as well. So it does honestly only positive things in my life. So I'm super happy about it. I'm actually thinking about making a Patreon as well, because of on OnlyFans you can only use credit card, and I get like quite a few messages that people would like to have other payment methods as well. So I'm thinking about either Fansly or like one of the websites, Patreon. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna take yet. Maybe do a second one. I'm just, again, like, dude, I do so much shit on social media already that I also kind of cannot be asked to have like another platform I need to cater to, you know, like it's not like, okay, it's the same content that you would post, but it is still, again, another platform you need to check for messages and stuff like that. So I'm not sure about that. Then I have herpes again, stress/travel herpes. I have to say I actually caught this one early, like on camera it still looks a little bit shitty, but so usually you feel like when you get herpes like 2 or 3 days before. I don't know if anybody, do you get herpes sometimes or not? I'll be happy.
Like, I can't remember the last time I had it.
Then
Probably when I was a child.
Okay. So I usually get it like every time I travel, or I have like enormous stress, and like so usually it's like a virus that you carry in your body, and whenever your immune system is like low, then it can flare up.
Breaks
basically
out.
Exactly. So that's usually when I travel. Anyway, so this time I noticed it, and then like straight when I got it, I was actually talking with Jess, and Jess was like, oh yeah, I'm not sure if she saw it in a video or something, but she's like, take a hot black tea bag and put it like on the area where you're gonna get that. So I did this, and then a lot of people wrote me those compete patches. Like there's like see-through little patches that you can put on the area. So I slept with those on. And the combination of both made it not break out. So usually it comes out and you have like blisters that are like tangy and burning and oozing the most disgusting shit ever. So that skipped. But somehow, don't ask me how, the skin broke and there's some piece of blood like trapped underneath. And so I had like a black spot on my lip. But it's healing already. But it did not get painful at all. So it just looks shit this time, which is nice, if that makes sense. Nicer than usual. Then I started sewing. I had my first creative stream on Saturday.
I saw.
I did the split crew neck, and like a black and gray crew neck hoodie, which it's not a hoodie, like a sweater. I really like this. And oh man, just using the thing, the sewing machine again, and like I got the puppet and I put on the costume for your birthday and stuff, and I started working on everything, and it is amazing, honestly. Like I love it. The best comment that I saw was from Sir Richard Flavy. He wrote like, "Wow, Julia, this is the first time in all those years I watched you, and it actually looks like you know what you're doing. You're actually good at something." And it's funny because it's kind of true. Like I don't know why, but like in video games and stuff, I'm always lost. I don't really want to like read into stuff and so on. And that is actually something that I'm super confident in, and I know what I'm doing, and I know how good I am at it. So even though I haven't touched anything sewing or tailoring wise for 10 years, it felt amazing to start again.
So nice.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, by the way, if you hear Jinx in the back, she's kind of starting to wake up right now, and she's doing like noises for whatever reason. So sorry if you hear that. That is not me farting. That's just my dog. But yeah, Steffi, listener of the week, you want to tell us who we want to thank today?
Yes, we have again, guys. We just wanted to say thank you, because recently you're posting so much on, like, especially Instagram, right? Where people just tag us in their stories, no matter if they're on the walks with their dogos or on the way to work or home from work. Like, people tag us in their stories that they're listening to our podcast episodes, and that makes us just so happy. Like, thank you so much for that. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for supporting us so much. That helps us a lot. And we're just so happy to see you enjoying the content we bring out. That's the most amazing part about it.
Exactly.
Like, you're actually still here. You're sticking to it, like 40 episodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like, and it's most of the time like the same people, but it's also like I noticed on stream lately that a lot of people, because I always have it in my stream title as well, that we have the podcast, and like so often I get the messages like, oh my god, I didn't even know you had a podcast, or like, oh my god, I didn't even know there's a YouTube version of it. So again, if you're listening to this on Spotify, if you want to see Herpes, then you can also check it out on YouTube. And we actually started last week of sharing also the highlights of this podcast as reels on our Instagram. I shared it before over my page, but we figured out since it's still a really specific kind of content that is like different to what I usually post, we post it on the derps'nburps Instagram. So if you maybe sometimes don't have time to watch a full episode, but you still want to keep up with like the highlights of the latest episode, make sure that you check out our Instagram. We post the reels there, and we share it as reels here on YouTube and on shorts, and on TikTok. Exactly.
We have a TikTok account now, guys. derps'nburps, like everywhere.
Exactly. If you want to check it out, we have our link tree linked in our YouTube videos below. So check it out, catch up with everything. We're super happy, obviously, if you share it also in your stories or send it to your friends if it's something relatable, or if it's like the bare minimum and you want to send a hint to your partner, stuff like that, or like some of the sexual content, whatever it is. So feel free to share that. We really appreciate every support, and big shout out again, as Steffi already said, to everybody that is already sharing so often and regular our episodes. So thank you so much for that. Now we're getting into our topic. So as we said before with Steffi, today's topic, we still have a spooky episode today. So we searched a few cool spooky themed, horror, Halloweeny themed questions that we're gonna ask each other. We're gonna try to answer to let you in a little bit on our mental state, if you want. We're gonna see who's creepier and more likely to be a little bit more weird, if you want, right? So yeah, let's start off with something simple, right? So the first question would be, tell us about a scary dream you've had. Steffi, what is the first scary dream that comes to your mind?
The very scary dream which comes to my mind is when I was a child. I was very young. I was in primary school. And we were living in a very old house. Like, it was a split house where you had like 4 apartments. And we were in the first floor. And it was actually pretty big. And you could basically run around in this apartment, like in mine, because we have this big double door in the back. So you can open this and get to the other room. So it's basically running around the whole apartment, right? In the apartment. And we had the same in this apartment. It was also like old building. Actually from war still, but renovated. And I dreamed whatever, however you wanna, American, British, that we had a garden as well, and there were more houses, like one of mine, and then another one, and then another one, and then there was a store there where you could buy electricity parts, and they had a parking lot as well, and there was like a small hill. And then there was the houses, like our houses. So it was the grass and a playground for kids. And then there was the parking lot of the company there. And I always dreamed that I was at this playground and I just ran up this little hill, right? And I saw a little girl in the back all the time looking at me with long black hair. And I got scared of her. And I ran to my house, and she was following me. She was flying with me the whole time. And I tried to run upstairs, and whenever I reached the door, the staircase flipped. So was down again.
Oh shit.
And that happened like multiple times until I finally made it and ran into my parents' sleeping room. I wanted to wake them up, but they never woke up. And that was something, like, I recently even talked about the stream because I had that multiple times as a child. I've never watched any horror movies or anything related to horror movies when I was in primary school. And neither did my parents at home, right? So I have no idea how or where my brain got these ideas and these fantasies, because she literally looked like the Grudge. Just not with wet hair, you know what I mean? Or the Ring Girl.
Yeah.
And she was always looking at me, white clothes, black long hair. It was so fucking creepy, and I can't tell you why I had this dream multiple times.
Fuck.
Yeah. It stopped then, though. I don't dream about it, or I never dreamt about that anymore, but as a child I had that pretty often.
Okay.
What about you?
I have like a few reoccurring dreams, like either in the past or now, but it's not really like scary in the sense of alarm, but this is Steffi's place, you're not getting chased, guys, somewhere. So it is not really scary in the sense of scary, where like, oh, there's this creepy figure or something. It was just something that fucked with me mentally a lot. So I remember one dream that I had when I was really young, that I was running on like a cliff, like a full-on stone cliff, and there would be like a huge wooden barrel rolling behind me super fast till I would come to the edge of a cliff where basically I had to jump. And then I would jump and I would just be falling. I would have like the falling sensation, and then I would wake up and I would like when I hit the ground, I would wake up and I would be in bed. So that would be something I had a lot when I was younger. And if I remember that correctly, I think my dad had the same dreams like me in the same night, and we would like wake up at the same time.
What? Oh my god, that is crazy.
So, but I don't really know if that's just, you know, from the like I was really young, right? So I remember the dream, but I don't remember. It's just my dad that told me that we usually had the dreams in the same night, like. So that was weird, but it might be also, you know, that I was just a child and I heard my dad talk about it, and then I talked about it, and my brain, you know, so no idea where that really came from. I didn't really have that anymore since I'm an adult. I had a phase where I dreamt a lot about losing teeth, which was fucked up.
Most disgusting thing ever. I dream about sometimes.
We talked about that, right?
I think you just lose your how to say the
front teeth.
Yeah, but the inside stays for me. It's just
like you have a crown or something. So
yes,
you don't have
and that falls off, and then you just see muscles or whatever. You know, it's so disgusting.
So that, and then like I dream a lot that either like the bad things for me is that I dream that one of my animals dies. That happens in different variation, and I have another dream often that I am like pregnant, and then something horrible happens while I'm pregnant. And like I did a lot about or I read a lot about like the dream, what it's called, like where you can read what the meaning of a dream is. And if you dream exactly, and if you dream a lot about being pregnant a lot, it's that you're birthing a new idea or like a new thing is gonna come in your life, or something changes in your life. Like it's in times of change that you dream that a lot. But yeah, so but no like scary dreams, like at least not that I remember. Like I remember that I used to sleepwalk a lot also when I was a child. Like I did stupid ass shit. Like my mom told me, so the three that I remember, because my mom told me, when I was in kindergarten, I remember that the day after it was like pajama day at kindergarten, so you would come to kindergarten with your pajamas. And I was lucky because at that day I woke up in the middle of the night, I went to my closet, I opened the closet, and I just puked into the closet.
You told that story already.
I think so.
That's so
I think so.
Yep.
Then the second time I took toilet paper. I took toilet paper while sleeping. I went into a toilet, took the toilet paper, put it in the fridge, went back to bed, slept. And then another thing that my mom said I did a few times, that I would stand up and then I would go behind doors and I would just stand in a corner with my eyes closed.
You're so fucking creepy, Julia. Holy shit. I would have killed you if you were my child.
Imagine.
I would have just opened the door to let you out. You fucking devil. Holy shit.
But with the open door, you know, like I would go behind the open door.
But
and
still,
like,
that's so creepy.
Maybe I'm the long dark-haired girl from your dreams.
Holy shit. I'm so... Now, if I was your mother, I'd fucking give you to the...
Tape me to the bed.
Oh my god. Go to church, get some...
holy water sprinkled on my forehead.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Those were the thingies, but I also don't sleepwalk anymore. So I don't know. Probably just some childhood trauma or something that came out in a weird way.
I will never share. I mean, we don't share any rooms anymore anyways because I'm snoring, but I will never share a room with you anymore, I swear.
I don't. I just talk now when I sleep.
Okay, that's good. I talk a lot as well.
Yeah. Then Nathan just told me that I'm talking weird shit when I sleep. But so yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Daddy. So what's your greatest fear, Steffi, to move on from?
My greatest fear is I don't have fears like I'm afraid of spiders or heights or whatever it is. I used to be afraid of knife fights. If I ever got into a knife combat for whatever reason, right? If someone's breaking into your apartment, the worst thing that could happen to me is him telling me or them telling me we fight with knives. If he's that generous and tells me that we fight with knives. So I hate it. Like, I was afraid of these knife cuts. Nowadays, I'm kind of into it, weirdly enough. So I don't know. I don't have these common fears. I
Fears,
think it goes more on a deeper level for me, where I'm afraid of my closest friends, for example, judging me or not succeeding the way I want to succeed.
Hmm.
This is more like that's my biggest fear, failing with what I love the most, basically. This is
Okay.
so yeah. I don't really have any phobias or anything.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
afraid
really
of
have done. Yeah.
I'm afraid of falling onto the bathtub with my teeth. That's something. That's something.
Everything
Mhm,
teeth is just so fucked
mhm.
up. Ah.
Yeah. That
Okay.
is one of my
Can we
biggest
move
fears,
on?
that you
Can we
slip.
please?
Yeah, sorry. Okay, go on. What about you?
So teeth is
I
fucking me
know,
up.
I know.
Everything.
Yeah.
Ah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. So teeth. Everything that happens with teeth is
Yeah.
something really triggering. Greatest fear probably that somebody that I love dies. That is stuff that I'm really afraid of. Also animals.
Mhm.
I'm afraid of suffocating, so that I can't breathe anymore. Underwater, and also just like that started when I was younger. I fell on my back while snowboarding, and I broke my tailbone, and I like hit
I
the
remember
ground.
that feeling.
Yeah, with my back straight, and it's like, and you can't
Kinda.
catch a breath, and it's fucked up. That
That was kind of cool, though. Not gonna lie.
Stephanie's like, oh yeah, that's hot. She was like, yeah, that's my kink.
I fell from, what's it called? Die Schaukeln, oder?
From a swing?
Swings, yeah. I fell
like
from the
classic.
swings, and I was like, and my dad was like, "Oh my god, what's happening? What's happening? Okay, chill out." And then after a few minutes, it's fine again, right? Because I remember that feeling. I just want to know how it feels if that happened now. You know what I mean? 'Cause as
It's
a child,
fucked
it's like,
up. Believe me, I was 17 or something. It doesn't make it nicer, because it happened to me as well while playing a few times. But
Yeah.
that one really like burned into my brain, because for some reason it was so, I don't know. It was like real panic, because like
Yeah.
fuck, you can't panic,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
otherwise you don't start anymore, because it's like almost like your muscles are like clenching so hard, and you need to relax to be able to breathing in. So suffocating, also especially underwater, like drowning. I don't know, really weird. And as you know, like I'm really for a long time I'm really how do you say that without sounding creepy? But I'm really fascinated by serial killers, right? So I watch
A lot
like
of people are, yeah.
everything serial killer, true crime, everything. And like I know literally like every scenario that happened somewhere on this planet. And because I know so many things that happen, so if I go out at night alone, even if it's with two dogs, like I know literally, like if somebody would approach me, my two dogs would just fucking go crazy, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
But sometimes in my brain I make up like, what if that bush that I just passed, what if there's like a guy coming behind me and he's just fucking like jumping me or some shit. So that is something I'm kind of afraid of, but also not, because I'm realistic. But that would be also really fucked up if I would walk somewhere and there's like just a guy trying to, I don't know, whatever do with me.
That happened to me and my sister one day,
Really?
like one night. Yeah, we went out like when my mom had the apartment in Villach. And my sister and I went out with Emma for a walkie in autumn, and it was very dark already. And we were just walking, and the streetlights were on already, and that was it. We didn't have more light. And then we were just talking, and Emma was just walking, passing one of the big blocks. And then all of a sudden, we heard a man screaming and running towards us. And we were I was so afraid for my sister's life that we just started running around the block. Like, we obviously knew everything there, so we knew how to hide or run. But I was just so afraid that something will happen to her or can happen to her, that I just wanted to, like, we just ran for our lives. It was so creepy. That was the only and like first and only time I've experienced that, and that feeling is so awful.
Mm.
And especially when you're helpless, like, and you know this guy's faster than you or whatever. Gladly he
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
find us then.
Yeah.
I don't know if he just wanted to make a joke or whatever, or if it was serious, but it was fucking creepy.
Okay, it sounds fucked up.
Yeah.
So talking about like creepy guys, right? Um, okay, Steffi and me, I think that is the one that Steffi and me gonna agree on a lot. The question was that we found is like, who is your favorite horror movie character? And Steffi and me have the same person in mind, not necessarily the character they play, but it's the actor. So it's Evan Peters. If you don't know who Evan Peters is, it is the guy from American Horror Story. He also plays Jeffrey Dahmer in the new Netflix show. I'm sure you saw him at one point. So
Yeah.
he's really good at playing psychos and creepy dudes. Steffi, why is it that you like him?
I don't know. It's like it's a mixture of absolutely love how he looks in the first AHS show, like first season, where he's the fucked up boyfriend, right? With I mean, he's going crazy later in this season, but it's like the way he is and how broken he is and how he looks just makes it so hot for me. And I'm convinced that this guy is a psycho IRL.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
100%.
why. But he is a fucking psycho IRL, and that's kind of hot. I know that's fucked up, but it's kind of hot. I don't know. I've never experienced a boyfriend being a psycho, right? So I can only talk from.
I think it's more the fantasy. It's not really like actually wanting to have a full-on psycho in your life. But yeah, I get that. So for me, it's similar. Like, I got to know him over American Horror Story, and I have to be 100% honest. He's not my type at all. Like, visually, if I would just see him, he would be like this normie dude that, I don't know, doesn't have anything that would draw attention to him. But the way, like, I don't know if you could call him a method actor per se, but he's so good in acting those really fucked up, twisted guys, right? That when you watch him, you're like, there must be something of that inside of him that he can portray it that well. Or maybe it's not that it's inside of him, but a part of him can connect that well to that, that it's just working for him, right? So it's the same for me, like just his twisted personality and like the brokenness, like as you said, the broken, twisted shit that he can portray so well makes me really attracted to him. And that in one way also reminds me of MGK, you know, how like MGK is like this druggy guy that is super sad all the time. Nobody can save him. He's like, you know, he's this broken child that nobody can fix kind of thing. And it kind of triggers like the same part of me where I'm like, let me fix you. I can do this. Exactly.
I can.
Exactly.
That's what I thought until halfway through Dahmer. And I'm like, if I was there, all you needed was me having someone that listens to you.
I mean, I have to say,
that's
like,
not how it works.
Like I just finished the season as well, the show as well, and obviously, like as I said, the fun thing. I mean, it sounds fucked up to say, but like I always said that Jeffrey Dahmer is like one of the serial killers that I'm most how do you say it? Like, I'm not the biggest fan. Like, obviously, I'm not a fan of somebody that slaughters people and tries to make them zombies and then eats them and whatsoever. But he was always one of the serial killers that really fascinated me because, like, if you check on YouTube, there's a lot of interviews of him or like in per se one really big interview of him where he just explains everything really calmly and what his intentions were and stuff, and like I think it really shows how our society doesn't listen to people often, you know what I mean? doesn't offer help, and I don't know, or doesn't matter if it's like him as a child being treated that way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I liked the show. Like first I was like, oh yeah, it's fucking slow and so on. And they showed a lot of different points of views, so they didn't make everything about him, but also the people around him. But I think the way they portrayed him, they made it almost a little bit too much that you felt for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about this with Ben as well, and he read a lot about it on the internet, that people were exactly pointing that out, that you have too much empathy for him in the beginning.
Exactly.
I was the same, but because I was so connected to the actor, right? I'm like, oh my god, it's Evan, I have to watch this. This is hot. So in the beginning, I had a lot of empathy for this guy, but at some point when a specific thing happened, I was like, okay, dude, you had so many chances.
With
this
the deaf
is just
guy?
too much. Yeah.
That was they made it very well. Like I think I really have to say, like, I get it that some people didn't like the show because there's like, yeah, it's slow and it's not really about the killing, and they were expecting like this typical thriller horror serial killer show. But I think if you really dissect the show, I think they did a really good job in like the emotional roller coaster and like pointing out the different points of view. Like, as you said, like in the beginning, they purposely like build up the empathy that you feel for him. Oh, this poor guy had such a bad like childhood and whatever.
Yeah.
And then exactly, like, again, I don't want to spoil anything, but exactly at the point where Steffi says as well, when that happens with the deaf guy, that is when they break the empathy that you have for him, and they show like, oh, he's actually a fucking monster. Like what he did, like even though all of that happened to him doesn't justify what he's doing now, right? And then also I think it was really important that they showed the side of the neighbor. I think it was super interesting because about Glenda, because I honestly I heard about her like in the other, like before that I only watched like, you know, YouTube documentaries and stuff. And there's also the Dahmer tapes, which is also really good on Netflix, I think it's now. So it's from like the lawyers and stuff that had the interviews with him, that spent a lot of time with him. So if you want to know a little bit about like the real Jeffrey Dahmer, it's also really interesting to watch. But yeah, I think overall they did a really good job in putting the spotlights on the right people as well. So it's slow, but very well worth to watch if you're interested in that. Let's move on. Maybe let's skip some of the questions. Let's go to the interesting ones. Let's go to this one. Maybe, do you believe in ghosts and spirits?
Yes.
Same.
I do. I've never seen one, or let's say I've never actively seen one, but you know that feeling when in some houses or some, like I myself lived in one apartment before I moved to this one, where you just feel uncomfortable. You know, it's like, it's an old apartment like this one as well, right? Very old apartment. I love the old flair of living like this, and the other one was beautiful as well. But at night, I always felt watched. I always felt I'm not alone, and it was just a weird feeling, which I don't have at all here. Like here, it's just when I have to go to the toilet, there's like, I don't know, 5 mirrors I pass. I'm so fine with this. I don't care about it. I don't have like weird bad thoughts or anything. But in the old apartment, it was just very creepy at night when you had to go to the toilet. And like somehow like feelings like that, you know what I mean? Ghosts in general, I can't tell you if I've ever seen one or a spirit, but I do believe in them, and I've heard some stories from like acquaintances or friends of friends which experience stuff. So I do believe in this.
Okay.
How about you?
Same. Like for me, it's more about like I mean maybe it's a little bit different, not like necessarily like the typical oh wait, you don't see me anymore? Oh, I don't know why. I'm sorry. Anyway, sorry, there's something broken now. Recording, but it's fine. I don't know. It's not working anymore for whatever reason. I'm sorry. So yeah, anyway, for me, the whole thing with like spirits and ghosts, like I don't believe in it in like in a sense of like, oh yeah, there's like a person like shaped see-through thingy. For me, it's more like, I don't want to say like energies or presences more. Like I didn't really ever have a really bad, the only bad experience that I have that I felt like it was something like a spirit was what we talked about in the last episode when my room caught fire when I was a kid. That was the only time where I was really like, okay, this shit, there was something fucked up. And until my dad like cleansed that room, that was the only time where I was really like, that's fucked up. And the second time was kind of fucked up and triggered on purpose by people. But I don't know, maybe you did that as well. But when I was a child in like the one of the first grades, we did like the first school like trip to Burg Finstergrün. Do you know this one?
No, what is that?
So it's like a castle where you go with the school, and they do like, they play noises and shit, like the rattling doors to scare children and shit. Like, it's really fucked up. Like, I was like 10 years old, and they let you like, they chase you through the whole fucking castle and shit. So that was really, really, really fucked up. But because they also told us that, yeah, like it's a haunted castle and there's a ghost, the old ghost of the castle, and I don't know. So that was kind of fucked up. That I did that when I was a child, but like real bad moments, like I had it, as you say as well, that when I'm at certain places, they just feel uneasy, or I feel like a presence of something that makes me feel not well for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So I feel that, but the kind of spiritual energies or presences that I feel are actually really, really positive, and for me it's more in nature. For me it's like a lot when I do like garden stuff, or when I'm like in the forest or at lakes, or anything where I'm alone with nature. Like I feel like weird connections. It sounds so weird.
Yeah, but it's in a good way.
Yeah, so I feel like really, really positive connections with nature in a weird way that I cannot describe it. But I do believe also that certain people that haven't maybe found their purpose in life, or have some unresolved stuff, that their souls cannot move on. And those are then the things that make you feel uncomfortable in places. The way that I think it works, or in my mind, is that like souls gets whatever reincarnated. Like I saw a nice how do you say it, way that people described it in a video. A guy said that the reason why when you die, you're in a tunnel, and then you see a light at the end of the tunnel, and you're like screaming and don't want to go, or whatever, you repass everything. So what if that tunnel and the light that you're going towards is you being reborn? It's like you die and you are getting born, and you're screaming because you lose all of your memories. You see them all the last time, and at the end of the tunnel, you're getting out of the vajayjay of your mom, and then boom, you're back again. Here we are again. So I think it's kind of more like this, and I think that there are new souls that are being born, obviously, but I think there's also a lot of old souls that just happen to experience life over and over again. And I think that's also why we connect with certain people really fast when you first meet them. You know, it's like pretty similar like with us too. Like I'm pretty sure that, I mean, again, you have to believe in that kind of shit, but I do believe that I've probably lived 100 lives before, and probably in many of those I've been friends with you. Exactly. Yeah. And that's why we connect. So that is more the kind of soul, spirits, energy, whatever concept that I believe in. And do you believe in bad omens when we're like talking about that kind of stuff?
I do. I absolutely do. And my number one rule is, beside you do not play or manipulate time, is you do not provoke fate.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You don't do that. And like, I have this weird thing. When I have a bad thought, I immediately cut it in my head. You know, this voice, like, I have that so often that I'm getting annoyed by myself because I think like about something,
Mhm.
and it's always like my voice talking, right, in my head, finishing
Yeah.
the sentence. But I already know what I'm thinking, so I don't have to like talk in my mind. And it's so annoying that my voice, my inner voice, is so behind with it. Like, I'm done with this thought already. Shut up.
Yeah.
And what I do is, when I have bad thoughts, or when a bad thought comes up, like, oh my god, I hope it doesn't rain today. And if I don't want it to rain, I immediately cut that thought in my head, so I don't even send it out.
Okay,
You know what I
that's
mean?
really good. Yeah.
So, and I do that so often with things, like when people say, I'm glad that it didn't, it doesn't. I don't do that. And if I do that, I just cut it immediately, so it's gone in my head again.
That's a really
And
good.
I don't know. It's like,
Sorry.
it's a weird thing, but you need to try starting to cut off your thoughts. It's so funny. Like, you literally stop mid-sentence just to let go of this stupid thought.
It's
That's
like
what I do.
almost,
So
it's almost like manifesting, but in reverse, you know, because you stop yourself from manifesting like negative things. I think with bad omens, it's more meant like, you know, like, oh yeah, when you walk under a ladder, or you see like a black cat, or, you know, more like when certain things happen that make you, how do you explain that warn you from doing things. That's like bad omens, you know, like,
yeah, but then you see this thing like the black cat, you think about it, like, oh my god,
yeah, and you're
today
like, shut
this
yourself
will
up about
happen
it.
for sure, and then I just cut it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, it's a combo of both.
Okay, that I get. Yeah, for me, I do have to say, like, I agree with what you're saying, but I also have those days, do you know, where you just know it's like a fucked up day, where there's like a lot of shit just happening, like, I don't know, an egg falls on the floor and you can't do anything right this one day. When I have those days, and like omens under quotation marks like this happen, where I just know, like, okay, today's a fucked up day, and I had something specific planned where I know that could go wrong, like, I would purposely not do it, and I would rather do it on another day. So I do listen to myself when it comes to this, in specific. Does that mean we're psychics or something like that, if we have you know, those kind of like I know that certain things will happen, like I know when it's a day like this, or like I'm like, okay, I know today there's probably gonna be a lot of shit happening, and then I'm just not surprised with it, you know, like I should probably be like you and just cut that thought immediately. But for me, it's also easier to be like, oh yeah, it's just one of those days. You know what I mean?
And sometimes you also want to have them. It sounds dumb, but some days you're just not feeling as happy as you felt the other day, and then I just want to fucking pity myself the whole day.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
that's fine. The whole day is shitty. I'm crying. It's everyone's fault but my own, even though I know deep down myself it is my fault. But no, it's not on this day. I just want to fucking drown in pity, and the whole day is shitty. Sometimes you just want to have those days,
That rhymed, by the way.
That
rhymed.
Did it? Oh my god.
In my
Jazz, make a
own
rap
pity.
out of this, baby. So, new track coming soon, guys, featuring MissRage. So yeah, I think what did I want to say? Sometimes we just want to have these days, and sometimes there are just shitty days where everything is just, and you can feel that because it's not only you. For example, especially at work, I realized, like, it was start of September, I think everyone was very, very drained and exhausted, and everyone was very pissed. And then you go to work and you have the whole not ambience, but your whole situation or environment is surrounded by this feeling, because everyone is just so
It's so
pissed
tainted,
and
right?
drained. Yes, and it's very like, it's just tense, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because everyone's on edge basically with work and just a lot. So I think it's sometimes also not only about us, but more people feel the same on
Mm-hmm.
the same days.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, they're
But hey,
just these
there's
days.
just so much. There's so much that comes into it. Like for example,
Mm,
I mean, it sounds super stupid, but like you can see when it's fucking full moon, everybody is going crazy. It doesn't matter if
Yeah.
it's like animals, people. Like you can literally be like, oh yeah, that's why I always have it like on my phone. It is literally like the first widget I have on my phone is like the moon, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Yesterday was full moon. I was like, yeah, no wonder. Like Yuna got into her heat and she's just running through the house till yesterday evening, crying like no. And today it's fine again. Today you didn't hear her scream a single time, and I'm like, okay,
Crazy, right?
I know now why. You know, and it's the same. It's the same with people, and it's the same with the emotions. And I'm not sure if it was you that said that or another friend of mine when I talked about like, oh yeah, do you believe that like the moon fucks with our moods or whatever? But I'm not sure who said it, but a friend of mine said, dude, if the moon can change the fucking tides of the ocean, the moon can for sure fuck with our emotions. You know what I mean? So I believe in this as well. A really interesting question, Steffi. Do you want to know your future, and would you like to know when and how you die?
I'm not sure about this. Like, would you like to know when and how? Usually it's the question, do you want to know either when or how, right?
Yeah.
Both is just fucking horrendous. Like, I do not want to know. It's like, I don't know if I could live a happy life.
Mm-hmm.
But because imagine you have the most like cruel way of dying, and then you know this day will come, and you know exactly when it will come, and you do everything in your power to prevent it. So you just chase your future to change rather than live.
Yeah.
So I do not want to know it. Like whatever
neither.
happens to me in the future or how my future looks, I don't even want to know how my future looks, if I'm honest. Because that's the thing, like, again, with time, you do not fuck with time. And I think when you know, it's either you get to know your future and then it becomes that future because you got to know it, or you fuck it completely up. So I'm not, I don't want to do this, and I do not want to know either if I like how I die or when I die. I don't. I'd rather get like surprised. If I'm honest.
Same. Like I didn't want to know either, because as you said, like either you're just trying to be super careful or alter it or change anything. Like if I die, I die, and I'm gonna be fine with it, no matter what. And for the future, the thing is, like, I think. And that sounds fucking cheesy as fuck, but over the last years, I just really enjoyed to learn to enjoy the journey to get somewhere. Because let's be honest, like we always set each other ourselves like new goals. It's always like, yeah, if I reach this goal, I'm gonna be happy. If I do this, I'm gonna be happy. And in the end, we're never happy when we reach whatever goal we set ourselves, because we are ready. When we're halfway there, we're already aiming at the next one, right? And it's like a never-ending cycle. So for me, really focusing, like, and we talked about that, and I did that a lot in the last month, really just focusing on the present and enjoying the journey, no matter what it is, if it's traveling or relationships or even the gym or something like that, you know. Like I stopped being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be happy once I reach that weight, or once I can do this or that. Like now I'm just like, when I have a great session in the gym, I'm like, fuck yeah, that was great, and I'm happy in the moment that I pulled through and I did this. And it's not like, oh yeah, I can't wait till I look a certain way. Like of course I'm looking forward to that as well, but I'm still content and happy with being able to enjoy the moment in the moment. And that reminds me, by the way, for the news, which I forgot to add, I actually signed up at the gym. So I'm not.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm not only going to my home gym anymore, because over winter I'm probably gonna start bulking, and I'm gonna do a little bit more weightlifting than what is it called, CrossFit. And Verena and Sabrina, my two friends, they started going to the gym as well, and they were going, and then Verena asked me like, hey, do you want to join us sometimes, and I was like,
Nice.
actually sounds nice. And now like I'm going with both of them, and it's actually super nice to have a social aspect in the gym.
Yeah.
Because the last month, I mean, of course, I worked with Laura, and we like worked out once a week or something together over Discord. And when she was here, we worked out all together. But it's just so nice. And we literally, Steffi, we go sometimes at 7 or 8 in the evening, and I come home at 10 p.m. And like, that's usually a time between like 7 and 10 where I'm just like sludging around on the couch or something. And I'm in there in the fucking gym pumping. And I fucking love it. And can I tell you one thing? In my fucking gym where I'm going, like every second hot dude that's fucking buffed runs around in a fucking anime shirt. I'm not even, I swear to God, every second dude in my gym that is buffed either has an Attack on Titan shirt, Jujutsu Kaisen, Dragon Ball, Naruto. Like they're all weeps. I swear it's a fucking, like it's a normal fit in. Like it's not even... It's not even like a fancy gym or something, and I just always look at the people like, and I haven't worn any like weak shirts at the gym. Like I'm just looking at him and I'm like, nice shirt.
Are any hot Asians as well, Julia?
Yes, I already said.
Way.
Yeah, I already saw too. Yeah.
Take pictures.
I want to see. I need to be respectful, Steffi. I'm totally not gonna do that.
Julia, come on, bro. You know how to take pictures.
I was winking. You couldn't see it.
Good.
Okay. But yeah, and there was such a cute moment 2 days ago when I was at the gym. There was like this really hot lady, like a really beautiful black woman that was at the cable tower, and she was like doing face pulls, and you could see like she was doing she was giving everything, and she had her headphones on, and she was like in between sets you could just see that she was like jamming to the music and stuff. And I was like staring at her. I was like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. She's so strong. I want to be like her. And then like, I was just like gazing at her in between like sets waiting for Verena. And then there was this moment where she just looked in my direction. She just caught me staring at her. And I was like, you're doing great, And she just looked at me, and we both like smiled. And it's like, I didn't really make any friends yet, but like, and Kerstin is also going into the same gym with her boyfriend as well. So we have like, Subs is going, James is going. So we're like a huge group of people that can always like change and go together. So it's really nice. So yeah, anyway, sorry for the gym talk again. Let's do three last questions, okay? 3 last questions. The first is gonna be yeah, exactly. So I thought about this one, and this one, okay? The one that Steffi wanted to dodge. Okay, would you rather eat brains or a heart?
Neither.
Of a human, if you had to.
I'd rather die.
You wouldn't know,
it's
but like if the person
is disgusting, like
but you
brain
had to
is
choose.
so dry and
what?
Heart,
it's super squishy. It's squishy.
It's
like squishy.
I can't. Like both is so fucking disgusting. It's like I don't know. I'd probably throw up everything. Like I cannot keep that in. I cannot eat that. Like I can't even eat an animal's heart or brain. How am I like I don't know. If I had to survive, I don't know. I've been thinking about these scenarios. Like I think about these scenarios every now and then. Like what would I eat if I crash on an island with the plane, right? Like in Lost. Like what am I eating? I don't like fish. I don't like anything from the ocean.
Oh no.
I don't like to eat animals. I'm eating fucking grass, guys. Grass and trees. That's my food.
Oh no.
I cannot eat anything living. You know what I mean? I can't.
I get it.
I'm so weird with this. Like just for the comparison real quick, like when I was on vacation with my dad in Croatia and Max was with his family in Croatia, right? We were in the ocean, like in the sea, with all the fish surrounding us, like swimming all around us. Like I felt like fucking Ariel, I swear. My dad was literally Poseidon because he was in the water and all the fish were coming to him, like greeting him, saying hello. We were there just being surrounded by these beautiful like animals of the sea, right? And then cut Max in a restaurant eating shrimps, eating fish,
Calamari.
eating everything, calamari, everything. And I'm like, okay, it's two different worlds. Like one eats it and one is just like living with them. So I don't know. It's a very tough one for me.
Yeah.
What about you? Like,
I would eat brains. I would eat brains 100%.
Why?
Not even thinking about it. Dude, heart is like muscle and cartilage. Could you imagine just chewing on that consistency? I would rather just get it over with the brain, squishy and yeah, it's not nice, but I would rather eat the brain than the heart.
I feel sick now.
Sorry. Okay, next one, Steffi, to come to your favorite question. Would you want to be a vampire who lives for eternity and has to drink blood to stay alive? Would you want to? Yeah. No?
The thing is, that's also something we talked about when we watched Dahmer. So it's weird for me. I do not like, also in the HS season, I think it was the latest or the 10th season with the whole like wolf and zombie and vampire shit. They drink a lot of blood. And I think once you turn into a vampire, you have this strong desire. Like you're just like thirsting for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you need it to live. But I tried to find a way, like in Tokyo Ghoul, maybe coffee or anything works. But weirdly enough, I think like in a normal setting, I don't like blood. Like I cannot drink it or anything. But I could work around in a sexual setting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you would get yourself a blood slave. You would get yourself like a boy that you would allowingly drain on, but not kill him, just to
like roleplay wise, yes, but I could not be I could not drink blood to stay alive.
You could not be the vampire mommy of somebody.
It's so disgusting. Like the whole, like, imagine how much there's so much iron in it.
Oh, I could 100%.
You could?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I have no, like, listen, I would, two scenarios, okay? Two scenarios. I would either got myself, like, I would be the hot vampire mommy, right? That stays alive and young and beautiful forever. I literally search myself somebody that is obsessed with me. I would just put the persona on.
Understandable,
and I would be like, hey, little snack, I'm thirsty, come over. And then I get over, feed on that person. Let him alive. Like, I don't necessarily have to kill. Like, probably if I'm really hungry, I would have to, like, control myself, But yeah, I would probably do this. Or if that's not possible, I would just find my way. Like, if you live for an eternity, like, you find your ways to make money. And then I'm gonna be a rich vampire mommy. And then I'm just gonna pay people to yoink fucking blood from some places where they collect.
Nah. They pay you for getting sucked.
Or that. I mean, to be honest, I would be really, really picky with whose blood I would drink.
Their blood needs to smell good, yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like, I think if you would drink it out of like the plastic bags, it would be okay because you don't really know whose blood it was. But if I would have to drink from a person, it would have to be an attractive person. Like, I would not want to like drink blood from, like, I don't know, Klausi von der Sparkasse or so.
Yeah, neither would I.
So yeah, it would have to be. I don't even know how that makes sense, but I would want like a fit,
you need
healthy
the connection
living. Yeah, exactly.
Even as a vampire.
So yeah, that would be my thing. But I wouldn't have the problem. The thing is, do I would want to live for eternity? No, but I think as you also have the choice to, whenever you're like, you know what, I lived for 800 years. I've seen it all. You know what, we're just going on like a lost trip, and then we're gonna diet, or we're gonna fucking do the wood to the heart thing. So that would be fine. Last question before we're gonna end today's episode. Easy one as well for me. Steffi, What's more terrifying? Public speaking in front of 100 people or skydiving?
Public speaking in front of 100 people, definitely. I'd go skydiving 10 times a day. It's an amazing feeling, right? Free falling and everything. Holy shit. This is like adrenaline rushes are the best thing in this world. So I'd do that rather than, I don't know, public speaking. I know that. Tell me, I know your answer.
I'm the exact
already,
opposite.
but,
I fucking hate anything adrenaline. I would never skydive. I would never do like a bungee jump or something like that. That for me, it would not give me anything but anxiety leading up to when it happens.
Fear. You know, the fear of being on the edge of
doesn't give me anything. That funny enough, it does not do anything for me. And speaking in front of 100 people, when I was in school, terrified to even speak in front of the class, but I got over it when I was at my first TwitchCon in Berlin. That was obviously when you're streaming, like I stream in front of 100 people every single day, but that's different because you can't see them. But TwitchCon, I was literally at a keynote with two other people speaking in front of a whole cinema full with people. Yeah. And I don't know, like I thought I would be super nervous, and I kind of was, but when it happened, it felt weirdly normal. Like I'm super fine with speaking, for example, what I'm doing, who I am, free like this. But the only thing that I do not like to do in front of 100 people more would be hosting or moderating. Like that is something that I just, like, I know everything that is scripted, I suck at. Like, I can do, like, on the podcast, like, I can smoothly transition between topics, and I hope at least I can try to make people feel comfortable within conversations and stuff like that. But if it's, like, scripted, like, oh, yeah, you need to do this, and you need to do this, and then I have to say certain sentences, that is where I suck at, and I'm horrible at. But if it's everything that's about me, I'm pretty good at.
That's why we do live streaming and not videos.
Exactly.
Usually.
Exactly. So yeah, I think once again we showed how different we are while still being similar in really other places. So Steffi doesn't like to eat humans or drink blood. I'd be up for it if I had to. Please, I'm not a serial killer, even though I kind of obsessed with them.
Yeah, you'd be the one fucking MGK and you sucking each other's blood.
Oh yeah. Listen, I'd be Megan Fox in a heartbeat. Not even blinking with the eye once. Like I'd be drinking his blood whenever he wants to. Then again, he's doing a lot of drugs, so probably I wouldn't. Because I like to keep my blood pure. I don't want to have any drugs in my system. My health is way too important for me, to be honest. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next episode is gonna be the last spooky/Halloween episode, and
it's gonna be the Halloween episode.
Yeah,
it's
so I'm just saying, you guys might wanna really watch the video version of next week's, because it's gonna be special, potentially. I think we're gonna do it, right, Steffi? We can't spoil too much. But yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We see you again next week. We wish you a beautiful week, and bye!
Peace.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Derps and Burps podcast.
If you enjoyed it, make sure to follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram at derps'nburps. See you online.